So hey guys, and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing another Planet Coaster episode. This is the 7th episode of my Perfect Park series here on iCoaster, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. So before I go on, I just want to give you a time frame for how long this series is going to last and how long I'm planning to have it go along for. So I'm planning on having this park go along till about mid or the end of December. Now the reason that I'm going to have it go this long is because I will have a good few episodes of this Planet Coaster series under my belt by that point. Also, the park will be in a good place because I am consistently adding things to this park now. Each episode, it's really coming along, and I feel like if I give it that time it deserves, it will really be nice when this particular series finishes, and we can look into the future at making a new one. I will be uploading this particular park to the Steam workshop for you guys to go and poke around at yourself. So remove coasters, add coasters, do whatever you want to this park. But again, I won't be doing that until the park is complete. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm just finishing off that area around Raven. Now, I didn't want to spend too long on this, so I don't. I will be doing a lot more off camera for this. In this episode, we will be building a B&M hypercoaster. This will be towards the end of the episode though, and you guys will see that, and I'll also, of course, include a POV for you. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to stop talking and I am going to give you a bit of sped up gameplay, and then I'll come back afterwards. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding a path that will go around this area. Now the reason that I want a path to go around this particular area is just because whilst I will be building some transportation rides to transport guests around this park, for the time being, I just want some paths to go around, again, just to allow guests to go around this area. So I won't be letting guests inside of this park until the series ends, as I mentioned, in December. Now the reason for that is the FPS of this game can get quite bad, especially on my PC. So just talking about my PC actually, just to give you an idea of what I'm dealing with, my PC has 16 gigabytes of RAM. It has an AMD 8350 and a RX 480 graphics card. So it's not the best of PCs. The processors from 2012, so really dealing with some old hardware here. But it still manages to run this game absolutely perfectly. I just don't want the game to be ruined and this series to be ruined by low FPS. I've managed to keep the FPS fairly consistent throughout this series, and that's something that I want to continue throughout until this series ends. So guys, I'm just finishing off this area and I start building the B&M Hyper in a second. So I'm going to leave you with this until that. So here we go, the construction of the B&M Hyper Coaster. So I chose to put it fairly close to Raven, but not too close, and I wanted it to be sort of tucked away at the back of the park. So guests would have to walk to the back of the park to get to this roller coaster. I want guests to traverse the whole park. I don't just want them to be stuck in one specific area. I know with Planet Coaster, the NPCs, which are the guests to the park, are fairly good. The AI in this game is fairly good at actually spreading guests throughout the park. So I don't think there'll be any issues there, but just to minimise any issues, I do want to keep this park fairly together, but at the same time really stick to the corners of this park and use every little bit of space available to me. And you will see how I'm going to do that in later episodes, especially with these dark rides. I'm planning to do quite a lot. So here you can see that signature B&M lip at the top of the lift hill. I sort of wanted to replicate that. I don't replicate that completely. It's a little too big to be that signature B&M lip at the top. I do look at going for a curved descent, but I choose not to do that. I choose to go for that classic dive at the start of the B&M Hyper, just because I want to just kind of stick with tradition for this roller coaster. I didn't want to go too out there. I didn't want to do anything that wasn't too unrealistic either. So I really do try my best with this roller coaster. I've not actually been on any B&M Hypers myself, mostly because I've not been to the States. I know they are very, 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 very prominent there, whereas in the UK, we don't have any apart from the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. But that's an Arrow, not a B&M. It's also very, very painful. But that's a topic for another day. As you can see here, I'm just putting a few little hills into this roller coaster. And that's a trend that continues, and you'll see that through the construction of this roller coaster. I am going to speed this up now, and I shall see you at the end of this construction. So here we go, we reached the end of the episode. Off camera, I did end up changing the colour of this roller coaster, and I will reveal the theme of that next episode as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the construction of this roller coaster. Again, I tried to make it as realistic and as traditional as possible. So I hope you feel like I did achieve that. So there we go, connected the last piece at the end. That is his roller coaster done and dusted. Again, I do some work to this off camera. I add some trim brakes onto that last block section, before that block section, just to slow the train down a little bit. So guys, if you liked the video, click that like button and also subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video. I am going to leave you now with a POV of this roller coaster. Enjoy.